What's up, everybody? How y'all doing today? This is D Reed, and today I'd like to discuss a touchy subject that often comes up, but I feel it's not discussed enough. But when it is discussed, you have opinions on both sides, and it can get touchy. I'm talking about prenuptial agreements, and as it relates to marriages and I'm also going to throw in counseling in there as well. And you'll see what I'm talking about in a moment. So, what is a prenuptial agreement? Well, a prenuptial agreement is an agreement made by a couple before they marry concerning the ownership of their respective assets should the marriage fail. Now, I'm going to repeat that. A prenuptial agreement is an agreement made by a couple before they marry concerning the ownership of their respective assets should their marriage fail. So the question is now is, should you sign a prenuptial when you're about to get married? Some people have significant assets and they feel that they need to do that. And I totally agree. Some people may have only $5,000 in the bank, and they feel like, hey, well, I need a prenup for that. I disagree, because you'll find and you'll see that when you get married, it's so easy. It's very easy to get married nowadays. And too easy, in fact, in my opinion. But when you go through a divorce, it's hell. It's fucking hell. And it always comes down to money. It always comes down to finances, and money. It's never easy to get divorced, but it's easy to get married. And that needs to change. I think that if couples were put through the ringer, so to speak, like they're being put through the ringer when they get divorced, I think a lot of couples would reconsider marriage, or they would look at it in a different way. And so, say for instance, you have a couple. I'll give you a celebrity couple. Everyone knows who she is. Candy Burris. She's all over the television, and she recently got married to her boo, and very happy for her, and it looked like they're very happy together. But she flat out told her fiance, dude, you need to sign this prenuptial, otherwise I'm not marrying you. She's basically told the guy, hey, I love you to death, I want to spend my life with you, but I have significant assets and I want to protect them. I love you, but if you don't sign this prenuptial, I'm not going to marry you. So at one point, I guess her fiance was like, no, I'm not signing that. I'm not signing prenuptial. It's about love. It's not about money. Candy Burris was like, nah, well, dude, I love you, but I can't marry you. Now, if a man does that, and he comes into a relationship with significant assets, and he puts that out there, he's made to be look like a money hungry. All he cares about is money. He only cares about his status. He doesn't really love the person he's marrying. On and on and on and on. And he's made out to be this horrible person. And if it's a man and a woman, and the woman doesn't have that much assets in her name, she says, "Well, you don't care about me. You don't really love me. All you care about is your money." And if I sign this prenuptial, that means that you're thinking this marriage is going to fail. So the guy at that point usually gives in and says, "Okay, I'll sign it. I won't have you sign it. And then they get married, and lo and behold, a couple of years down the road, they get divorced. And he's telling her, listen, these are my stuff, this is your stuff. We're gonna split. You want the divorce, let's just split and let's go about separate ways. She'll say, nah, man, I want half of that $50 million that you have. I want half of that. So a prenuptial has its place. I recommend that anyone getting married go through significant counseling, financial counseling, psychological counseling, and spiritual counseling. Those are the main three that any couple getting married needs to go through before they get married, because marriages nowadays seem to be failing left and right. Everyone wants out. No one wants to stay married anymore. And it's so shocking, and it amazes me that you marry someone with the intention of spending the rest of your life with them, all good intentions, all genuine, and then 5-7 years down the road or 10 years down the road, you can't stand this person and you want to get away because that will solve the problem you're having with your spouse. That will make everything better for you. And so I think that anyone seeking marriage needs to go through a significant counseling session with a financial counselor, a psychological counselor, and a spiritual counselor. I think once you do that and you have all three, you get a better perspective of what you're getting into. Because frankly, I believe a lot of people aren't ready to be married. They are caught up in the romanticity. That's such a word. I don't know if that's such a word or not. The romanticism of marriage. Oh, we're gonna walk down the aisle and get the white dress. Oh, I'm gonna stand there in my tux. I'm gonna say our vows. She's gonna say her vows. We're gonna say I do. We're gonna kiss. We're gonna have a great time. All friends and family are gonna be there, and everyone's gonna have a great time. And we're gonna go on a honeymoon, and then we're gonna live happily ever after. Nah, dude, shit don't work that way. You married a real human being who was raised differently than you, who have probably had different values, but those are the things that attracted to both of you together. But believe it or not, those are the same things that can drive you guys apart. To drive two people apart, I should say. So, and I also recommend that any couple who has any kind of significant assets to their name, whether it be retirement money, 401k, a car, a house, or whatever it is, if you have it, you own it, and the other person has nothing, or they have their own, get a prenuptial. Get a prenuptial put in, and if your spouse says, "Hey, I don't believe in that. That's against my values," it's like if you sign that, that means that you really don't love me, or we're gonna be getting divorced soon, or the marriage is gonna fail. Say no, baby, no. It just protects my things that I'm bringing into the marriage before we got married. Whatever we build together during our marriage, we can fight over. That's fine. But what I'm bringing into the marriage is mine, and whatever you bring in is yours. What is wrong with that? So, because if the marriage does dissolve, that is exactly what is going to be fought over. Your shit. All right, that's it. Done.